All right, how are we doing? It's been a minute since I've decided to record any kind of video. I don't know how long it's been, maybe 6 months. Lots gone on. Busy summer, I gotta say. Um, Thought about recording several times. Just I don't know, procrastination. Didn't know really what to talk about, even though I had a bunch of topics come and go, throughout my brain. But yeah, a lot of different frustrations, right? Um, a lot of reflection, I would say, on life, where I'm at in general, future state, or where I want to be in the future. Um, I don't know. I could go on. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna do. I don't know how many more of these I'll be able to do. I don't know. But that's life, right? We don't know a lot. The only thing I do know is smoking a good cigar out here, enjoying the fall weather in October. Um, Yeah, I don't know. Picture yourself where you think you be when you're younger to now. Kind of life you got. I don't know. Maybe I'm hard on myself. I think a lot of people are hard on themselves. Should have done better. Should have done this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Ifs and buts were candy nuts. We'd all have a Merry Christmas, but I don't know. I've really chalked it up to you know frustrations with my career, dating life, friends, um even family, right? It's just I wouldn't say family really fits in that. Family's different, different dynamic for me. But just I'm just sick and tired of the rat race. Um, I enjoy my career. I enjoy what I do most generally. I enjoy the people I work with, but I'm sick of being overlooked for advancement opportunities. I'm sick of it's about who you know and who you blow over more of your credentials and the things that you're doing proactively to be, you know, I wouldn't say necessarily a good employee, but um, having your work ethic always involved. I don't want to let this go out. So that's I mean, dating the same way. It's like I feel like I don't make a big enough impact or splash in the puddle. Maybe I'm too mild mannered and meek. The times that I have spoke up or rustled some feathers, it never goes well like it would for other people. And I don't know. I don't know why. Eh, you know, I honestly don't know. Is it because I take it too far, or it's just out of my nature? And when I do, it just kind of escalates things for other people. Um, and their thought processes. I don't really know where I'm going with all this. I really don't care. I think YouTube kind of sucks a lot of times. I'll post this on YouTube, but just like you don't have anybody just out there shooting the shit a whole lot. There's a couple content creators I listen to on occasion, but you know, um, I've tried to do everything right. And what has it got me? I went through a crippling divorce, paying child support. I'm a single dad, and have no dating prospects. So essentially, you know, I wouldn't say I'm rock bottom, right? I have a lot going for me. Don't get me wrong, and I count my blessings. Don't get me wrong there. And I don't even know if this is really recording my whole picture or not. I'm doing this on my phone. You know, what has it got me? It's got me living in a decent place. Not my forever home, but the houses I've had before his. I'm 36 years old. I've owned one, two, three. This is my fourth house I've owned. Now the previous three I was with, previously married, and we split that. But again, I was the breadwinner. And of course, after that divorce, She pretty much marries for money, and here I am fucking dating like a 20-year-old or teen or whatever, just, not making any connections with anybody because everybody's fucking boring, or you're not what they want because of God only knows what reason. I don't, and then in the workplace, honestly, I could not do a damn fucking thing for a couple weeks and no one would probably even care. But I can't do that because that's just not my nature, you know. People reach out for help, kind of line of work I am in, regulatory help, legal help, whatever it might be, right? I'm here. I'm your guy. I'm the nice guy that helps everybody out, right? But when it comes to getting his, it's never great, I never was given anything, worked for it. First person to go to college, first person really in my family that move out of, I wouldn't say out of state necessarily in my family, but out of the immediate family, yeah, for sure. Everybody lives within a 50-mile radius. Um, and I'm fortunate for the job I got. I got to see a lot of the world because of it, and I don't plan on leaving. But it's just it gets tiring. I've spoken up a couple times with doing a bunch of different shit. Someone's yelling out here, some retard Maxer. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Lost my train of thought. Sorry. It's late. Been traveling all week. Um, I don't know. I'm sick of just being average. Sick of just getting by. I'm making the most money I ever did, but I don't really. I have stuff to show for it, but it's not where it could be. And then health issues on top of that, right? I know I talked about a little about that. I wouldn't say bad news, but things are going to have to be done to make some decisions here pretty soon, on where I'm going to go, with treatment, I guess, right? So it's looking like maybe the removal of my spleen and doing a stem cell transplant to, you know, hopefully cure my myelofibrosis that I have at fucking 36 years old. That's not genetic, it's environmental. I've had genetic testing done. No idea, right? I'm in the line of work that keeps people from that shit happening if it's environmental related, right? If it's occupational health related or something like that. So, fuck if I know how I got it. I've had it for 10 years or more, right? Hey, that pain in my side, yeah, fuck it, I'll ignore it. Just a pulled muscle, fuck it, I'm all right. Yeah, and then fucking end up been in the ER, ICU 3 fucking times in the last 8 years because of it. Since 2016, 2021, and then hell, recently this past year. I don't know if I've talked about this, pretty sure, but in San Antonio for work, right? So, insurance companies love me. So yeah, got a lot going on, and it's just like you're trying to, and I brought all this stuff up with a career advancement. Not really career advancement, but just give me a fucking promotion or at least uh fucking give me recognition, a title change, some pay, because whatever my job title is, I'm doing that plus everything else for the division, right? So, I think I'm gonna say, hey, come in the first year, I'm just a field service person, and that's all I'm gonna focus on. January 1, fuck yeah. Everybody else that needs help, go to somebody else, right? Because obviously, I'm not the man for the job, right? It's somebody else, that knows somebody or has a British accent or something. I don't know, you know. So I mean, this is, I'm just venting. This is raw. I don't vent to anybody. I vent to my dad, but he's kind of a helicopter parent from 500 miles away. At 61, and I'm 36. So it's a weird dynamic. I can't blame him. If my daughter was going through the same shit, health related, I'd probably be the same way. So I try to be a little easier on them on occasion. But yeah, I mean, it spurs over to subconscious, to a lot of different things, right? So, just frustrated, man. Just tired of the game, personal game, dating game, uh, the facades you have to put on. Whether it's social media. I know I've cut that out before, which does well, and then you bring it back because of certain different reasons or groups or friends or something. Then you got that bad habit back again. So my plan was just to go kind of dark with it, but with this health stuff and stuff, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm still working out doing that, but just like I said, just tired of the bullshit, right? So I'm at the point. I think a lot of people are like that, to the point where it's like I'm not sugarcoating shit anymore. And I say that, right? I'm too nice. I'm bullshitting you. I'm fucking still gonna sugarcoat shit, you know. Um, I'm not living with my parents. I'm not a total loser. I'm definitely a loser in many aspects, but I'm not a total loser, right? I got some good things going on, but it's obviously not what people want, right? Fuck, I could go dark and not hear from anybody besides family. I'm the guy that always reaches out. I'm fucking sick of that. Sick of that shit. I am tired of that. You know, even from trying to date, right? And it's different. I've talked about this before. It's like sometimes you go out with some girls and you have that connection to. And I know my ADHD is jumping all over the fucking place, but I don't care. So, I'm trying to tie it in. I'm more articulate than this in a professional setting. So, but I mean, fuck, what, 10 people gonna watch this probably? It'll probably still be on the internet when I'm fucking dead. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just things have just built up, right? I mean, you get the little side comments from people too. It's just like, I don't know. You thought things would be different when you do different things. You put yourself out there in opportunities. You go above and beyond in the workplace, in your personal life, in your social life. And for me, it always falls flat. Falls fucking flat. I would be better off not doing anything. You know, okay, I bought a boat, right? Love the boat. Good, I enjoy it. Enjoy it. Bought it for me, my daughter, my family, right? But then, in the back of my mind, I was like, I could probably, girls know I got a boat. We do fun things on it, which I do. I go out, do fun things, invite people out, do stuff. I invite people out. No one takes up the opportunity. Friends, nothing. Sorry, I think someone was walking by. I hope so. Fuck them. Um, no one takes up the opportunity, right? They go out at once, and it's like, oh, this is fun. It's like it's expected, especially from women. Like it's like, you know, I had to buy that boat. I wasn't invited on a boat, right? That's the difference. That's the privilege. I'm not pretty where I can just be invited on boats. I have to buy the boat to get on the water to enjoy, right? I mean, um, yeah, I thought that would open up social opportunities really to meet people, friends, etc. Nah, no, it hasn't. It fucking hasn't, right? And it's been a bitch trying to get anybody else to go out on it. And I like going out on it by myself, but I could easily smoke a stogie and drink a non-alcoholic beer or listen to music in the garage than buying and paying for winter storage, dock fee, dry dock fee, right? Insurance, um, gas, We've enjoyed it, and maybe I'll have it next year. I don't know. Maybe I might. Maybe I won't be physically able to be on the boat